I've been a defender of Christopher Nolan. I've been a fan of Christopher Nolan's work. Um, I say a defender. I mean, hasn't been that much to defend. I think his movie Tenet was kind of a misstep. I wasn't crazy about it. It was kind of incoherent. I thought it had interesting moments, but one of the things that I generally have enjoyed about Nolan's movies up to this point is there there uh, there isn't. I mean, to my mind, there isn't really what I would consider to be woke casting. Uh, Now, the one exception you could say is the lead character in Tenet, who's a black guy. What's his name? Michael Jordan Jr. Is that his name? Or am I just make? I don't. And he's not the son of the basketball player, but I think that might actually be his name. I wasn't so much against having a black guy be the lead of the movie, even though it did smack of DEI casting. Did smack of just, oh well, let's get a black guy to play the lead because really diversity is good, blah blah blah, which is something that he had generally avoided in his movies up to that point. I mean, he cast Morgan Freeman in the Batman movies, but Morgan Freeman is legit. I mean, there are black actors who are legit, who have charisma, who are leading men, who can carry a film. I didn't think whoever the Tenet lead was not one of them. So I wasn't nuts about that casting, but I also just didn't think I wasn't against it. It didn't bother me in the sense that I didn't find it distracting. But I was y'all might remember, I was very, very partial to Oppenheimer. I thought it was fantastic, and there was no it was all historically accurate. They even like, I don't know why it's okay for non-Jews to play Jews, but they, the casting of Cillian Murphy, who's obviously not Jewish, as Oppenheimer, um, that's it's interesting that how it works that way, and every other way it's cultural appropriation or something. Um, but non-Jews can play Jews. Um, I don't know what to say about that, but anyway, um, I thought Oppenheimer was fantastic. I know it's probably cool now to rip on it and say bad things about it, and say that it was boring, and say that it was too talky, and whatever. I saw it several times. I was riveted. I thought it was fantastic. Um, and I'm sticking to my guns on that. But this is all building towards what I've just found out about the casting of the Odyssey. And this is something I absolutely cannot forgive. And what I found out is that Christopher Nolan has cast an African woman. I don't know if she's actually African or if she has an African name, but in any case, she's a black woman with an African sounding name. Uh, and in the Odyssey, she plays Helen of Troy. Now, I find that to be absolutely abominable. Um, and because Helen of Troy is not a sub-Saharan woman. Helen of Troy is of a particular phenotype, historically speaking, and this is a clear capitulation to call it what you like, DEI, wokery, race swapping, what have you. And I don't want to say, I the particular picture I saw of this lady, I didn't find her all that attractive, but I don't want it. I don't want this to be about that. I don't want this to be like I mean, it's nothing against her as an actress, and it might just be that this picture was not a flattering one, that she looks better in other pictures. I didn't see her as as the face that could launch 1,000 ships. Okay. And Helen of Troy is supposed to be the essence of beauty. So I guess we just can't have the essence of beauty be someone who is lightly complexioned. You know, that's where we're at now. We can't have the legendary the woman who was said to be just the most beautiful woman ever, who everybody who saw her fell in love and wanted to make her his wife, and that's what started the whole Trojan War. You know, I can't sanction this, Christopher Nolan. I just can't. And again, I've been a supporter of your auteurship up to this point, but this is something I absolutely cannot and will not sanction, and I don't think I'm even going to see if this turns out to be true. I guess there's some people casting doubt, saying, well, the actress has been listed as being in the cast, but she hasn't been officially declared to be playing the part of Helen of Troy. So, but it seems like that's where we're headed. So yeah, it's a shame, but there you have it. Christopher Nolan capitulated to PC, to DEI, to race swapping. People don't respect M. Night Shyamalan the way they do Christopher Nolan as film directors go, but I'm a big Shyamalan guy. I was disappointed when he capitulated with Knock at the Cabin, where he had like two guys who were, quote, married, adopt an Asian girl, and they were a, quote, family. I thought that was, and Shyamalan seems like somebody who's not interested in woke stuff either, but like maybe just thought here is a chance to get representation in and get some people on my side. It was a cynical, I think it was a cynical thing. I don't think he's a true believer or anything. But that bothered me. But I actually ended up seeing the movie anyway. This movie, I'm reserving the right to either see it or not see it. I honestly don't think one should. I think the whole idea of boycotting is kind of silly, just because, really, is your one ticket, the $10, the $12 you spent on your ticket, are you really hurting anyone by doing that? I mean, if you don't want to see it, you shouldn't see it. And I might just not want to see it. This might just be enough to make me not want to see it. So, but I'm reserving the right to change my mind on that front. Anyhow, just thought I'd share that. Anybody with your own ideas on this subject, please leave them in the comments.